everybody, it's Bobby of Knitter's Niche. Welcome to my bonus room. Welcome to my Knitter's Niche. Today is July 3rd, 2024. 2 days ago, July 1st, I celebrated my 2-year anniversary on YouTube. My Knitter's Niche 2-year anniversary. The last episode, which was episode 32, I had said that it was going to be my 3rd year anniversary, and that is not correct. It's my 2nd year anniversary on YouTube. And I didn't tell you what the prizes are, so we're going to go over what the prizes are because I didn't have everything finalized at the time, but I do now. So the prizes are from 3 different businesses. The first prize contains 2 patterns from JST Designs, and Jennifer of JST Designs has donated 2 patterns from her Riptide collection. And the yarn that she used for her Slipover, which is here, and also for her Riptide halter, is by a company called the Fibre Company. And the Fibre Company has a yarn called And Make DK, and they are donating the yarn. They are donating enough yarn to knit the Riptide halter by JST Designs. So you're going to have the yarn donated. And the third thing in the 2nd anniversary giveaway is the You Are Love tee donated by designer Betty Chin. And I thank you all so much. Thank you, Jennifer of JST Designs. Thank you, the Fibre Company, for donating the yarn for my giveaway. And thank you so much, Betty Chin, for donating your pattern, the You Are Loved tee. I don't know, I'm just a little tongue-tied today. I think I'm talking too fast. So anyway, I'm going to talk a little bit more in just a little bit. I'm going to tell you who the winner is. So what's the day like today here? Real quick, I live, for those of you who have never watched before, I live in Northeast Alabama near the city called Huntsville. And Huntsville, Alabama is known for their space program. It's known for their beautiful terrain. There are waterfalls, bluffs, cliffs, several lakes in this area. It's just a beautiful, beautiful part of the United States. And of course, being July 3rd, it is very hot today. They do have a heat advisory running from 1 o'clock today, clear through Friday at 7 p.m. So we're going to have quite a bit of heat here today, heat and humidity. So I'm inside where there's air conditioning up in my bonus room. I'm looking out right now. The sun is shining. It is a beautiful day. So I always like to tell people what's going on in my part of the world. So let me tell you what I'm wearing. This is the Clover Tee Solo, and it is by Lene Holme Samsoe. And Lene Holme Samsoe, I had mentioned, I believe, either 2 or 3 times, 2 episodes ago, when I put out a video about the best summer tees to knit for 2024. And I wanted to knit this, and the last episode, I had actually knit it, and I think I was about here. So it's completed, and I've got 2 finished objects I'm showing you, and this is one of them today. Here's the Clover tee. Let's take a look at it. First, let me grab the yarn here. This is the yarn that it's knit with. It is knit with a worsted weight yarn, and actually the designer, her sample is knitted in this exact yarn. And it's so funny, I had already ordered this not knowing that I was going to knit the Clover tee, and it is the exact same color that her sample is knit with, that you'll see pictures of in her pattern on Ravelry. So here it is. This is Sandnes Garn Line, and I've talked a lot about this yarn. Okay, the Sandnes Garn Line is 53% cotton, 33% viscose, and 14% linen. So it really has a nice drape, especially from the linen. Oh, the color here, the color, they don't put the color name on the actual skein, but they do have a number. It is 2331, and I do remember what the color name is. It is called light beige. I had purchased this yarn from one of my favorite yarn stores, which is near Chicago, Illinois, and Elgin, Illinois. It's called Wool and Company because they never charge shipping if it is shipped within the United States. So I like to get my yarn there because I don't get charged for shipping, and you know that could range from $6 to $15. Who knows how much? That changes all the time. So that's really, really nice bonus ordering from Wool and Company. So anyway, this is the yarn that I use. So let's take a look at the pattern here. Okay, here it is. This is it. I have it on with a pair of linen drawstring shorts, and it starts off, as we're looking here, it starts off with a 1x1 ribbing, and I chose to do the knit through the back loop and this purl normal. It's called a half twisted rib. And right after that, you're having short rows going back and forth, and they end up about right in here. And then right after that, you start the small clover leaf pattern. It's coming on down, coming on down. Now, from there on, there is a short amount of some raglan right here. And you know, after you're done with the small clover leaf lace pattern, you're home free basically, because it is actually, let me turn it out here, it is in stockinette. And then you do the 1x1 ribbing here. And I also did that in the twisted rib, and on the sleeve I did the half twisted rib too. It's a beautiful sweater. Using the short rows on the back lifts the back neckline, which gives us a nice smooth fit because our bodies are not flat here. We have a curve. So we need to do those short rows back and forth. And basically what a short row is, you'll knit so far and then turn and knit so far and do a little more. German short rows, those are my favorite. I can put a link down below on how to do that, tutorial for you if you're not familiar with that technique. So I love the Clover tee. The yarn is comfortable. It is just a little bit, has a little bit of weight, but not like most cotton yarns. It has a beautiful drape to it. It goes clear in the back here. You can see the lace. It's a simple lace. I talked about it last podcast, episode 32, and it is just kind of an organic little, because see how cute they are? They're kind of uneven, but that's how nature is. And you know, have you ever heard the phrase, there's no straight lines in nature? Nature is natural. So anyway, I think it's a darling top, and I actually would love to knit this in wool, and preferably maybe a fingering weight yarn, and hold it together with some mohair silk. That would be beautiful. And do it long sleeve and do it, yes, that would be amazing. So I would highly recommend knitting this. It's easy. It could even be a first sweater. It honestly could be, because you have mostly stockinette, and stockinette in the round just means you're going to knit again and again and again and again. When you're ribbing, you're going to have some purling, but basically it's mostly the knit stitch. So it is a fast knit. It is knit on US 6 needles, which would be 4.0 millimeter needles. So it is a quicker knit. It's delightful. So anyway, I'll put a link down below so you can see the pattern on Ravelry, and I'll also put a link down below to my Ravelry page, where I do have this on my Ravelry page. So this is my first completed object for July. It was done in June, but I'll count it as a June completed object. Actually, my other completed object is also done in June. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and talk a little bit about JST Designs, the designer that donated for my giveaway, and I thank you so much. She contacted me and she said, I would love to offer some patterns for your viewers for your giveaway. And that was so sweet, and I thanked her because she had seen my video and she said she would like to participate. So here we go. My second completed object is the Riptide scarf, which is right here. The Riptide scarf. And this is done in a yarn that I had received, that I had purchased from, here we go, Yarn Cafe Creations, and I've talked about her before. She's one of my favorite hand dyers. Yarn Cafe Creations. She's based in Colorado. It's in the United States. I almost said Colorado, Illinois. Colorado, USA. So here is the Riptide scarf. It is charted and written out. It is a smaller scarf. And the color of this yarn, isn't it sweet, sweet color here? I talked a little bit about it last episode. And the color is called Succulent. And I noticed on last episode, episode 32, that it looked more blue. It is a teal color. And you know how sometimes some of those succulents will have that bluish green tone? Well, that's what it is. It is knit with US 6 needles, which is 4.0 millimeter. Okay. And I just looped that in half, made a little hole here, and just drew the ends through it there. But isn't that pretty? And this is the back of it. Just the detail and figuring all this out as she did the decreases. Of course, you start from one end, and I think it was this one here, because I remember what the yarn looked like. Whoops. Yeah, well, anyway, it started at one end, so then when you come, you're going straight with no increases or decreases or anything for quite a while, so you could lengthen it or shorten it however long you would like it. And then how she could do the decreases and still keep in this pattern and have it look so nice and neat in the back. Of course, you can tell it's the back, but you know, being a knitter, you kind of like to see that. You know, how do they do it? She is so talented. So talented. So I'm going to leave this on here with my Clover tea solo and talk a little bit about what else comes in this pattern. This pattern is called Riptide 135. I talked about it last episode. And this would be the Riptide 1. And what that means, it takes one skein of DK yarn to make this scarf, the Riptide 1 scarf. I have 25 grams left. It was a 100 gram skein, and I have 25 grams left. And it also, the number 3, there's 2 shawls, 2 sizes here. There's a smaller shawl, and that would take 3 skeins of DK weight yarn. Excuse me. Yes, 3 skeins, I'm sorry. 3 skeins of DK weight yarn. And the larger shawl would take 5 skeins of DK weight yarn. So this is all in one pattern. So you are going to have, let me show you this shawl. I might have to just put a picture up here because I don't want to show any part of the pattern since it's a paid for pattern. Oh, I can show you this. Okay, here's the scarf. This is the larger scarf, which should be 5 skeins. And generally I think a DK weight, I don't know how many meters that would be, but I want to say it's probably around 230, 240 yards in a DK weight 100 gram skein. So it's a good way to get rid of some of the special skeins, especially with the scarf. If you've got a special skein that you have bought somewhere and you don't really know what to knit with that one skein, one DK weight yarn skein, do the Riptide scarf, the Riptide 1. The Riptide 1. All right. So as I'm doing this podcast, I will let you know of some other, and I'll put them up here, of some other patterns that she has. She has very, very popular patterns, Jennifer of JST Designs, and I will put some information in here as I'm continuing this video. So let's take a break here and I'm gonna tell you who the winner is. And the winner is, and you'll see the picture, the winner is Debbie Brame 9629, DebbieBrame 9629. Congratulations, Debbie. You have got an awesome prizes. You've got awesome prizes from my second Podiversary on YouTube. Thank you so much for commenting. Her comment, here's what her comment was. Her comment was, love your podcast, Bobby. Your knits are beautiful. I'm currently working on the garden cardigan. Thank you so much, Debbie, for subscribing, for commenting, and for liking my video. I appreciate that. I appreciate that so much. Well, let's go ahead and continue. What have I been working on? Well, I've also been working on another pattern from JST Design, which is Jennifer. It's right behind me here. And this is called the Riptide Slipover. And the Riptide Slipover is knit with the yarn that's one of the prizes for my giveaway, which is this. So actually, Debbie, if you want to do the Slipover, you can too. I mean, the yarn company said for the Riptide halter, but as I'm looking, the Riptide halter and the Slipover, you can do about the same quantity. So the two patterns that you're getting free from JST Design, you can choose the Riptide halter or the Riptide Slipover, or you can choose the Riptide 135. And there's also fingerless gloves. There's a cowl. There's a hat in the Riptide collection. So congratulations, Debbie. So anyway, here we go. There it is. Isn't it nice? And now this has the same lace stitch as the Riptide one. This is the Riptide Slipover. I've chosen to do the V-neck version, and it has several different versions. Okay, let me show you the Riptide Slipover V-neck. It has waist shaping, as you see on the bottom there. And you can either do a split hem or you can do a full hem. Or in this is the same pattern. I just printed it off separately. Or they have the Riptide Slipover with your basic crew neck. And you can use the waist shaping, you can use the split hem. Can you see the split hem there? So, and these are all in the same pattern. So when you make this purchase, or Debbie, if you want to choose that as one of your prizes, you're going to have so much to choose from. You can do a V-neck with the waist shaping with a split hem. You can do the V-neck with no waist shaping, and you can choose, put together anything you want and just really make it your own. So what I chose to do is the V-neck. And the V-neck Slipover, again, has the lace. It goes down the back here. And what you do is you start knitting the back. And you're going to knit the back to here. And then you're going to pick up stitches at the shoulder. You can kind of see here. It has not been blocked that yet, so that will definitely smooth out a little more. And you will do, this is the left side, the left front. You will go ahead and do to pattern, and you'll come to about here. And then you're going to pick up stitches on this side of the back shoulder, and you're going to come down and you're going to knit about here. Then you're going to join them together. And what you'll do is you're going to knit the front in pattern, as it says, to the same length as the back that you have knitted to here. And then what you do, you are going to work in the round then, and you're adding panels on the side. And the panels that you have created are cast on with a alternating cable cast on. So alternating cable cast on, if you look real close, looks a little similar to a tubular cast on, almost like the stitches have just rolled over. And the panels are done in a broken rib, as you can see here. So I chose to do the side shaping. So this is what this marker is. This is the first decreases I've done for my side shaping. It's done on both sides of the panel. each side. And then as you come around, you are going to knit 4 rounds in pattern until there's an inch difference from here. And then you're going to do your next set of increases, which I had just done. Excuse me, not increases, decreases. Okay, so both sides of the panel. So now I'm getting ready to do 1 more inch, which would be, actually it's 8 rows in pattern for my last shape, waist shaping decrease. And then I will just go ahead and knit to the length desired before I start my ribbing for the hem. And I don't know if I'm going to do the full hem, the flat full hem all the way around, if I'm going to do a split hem. I haven't decided yet. And let's talk about the yarn. Here's the yarn. And it is by Fibre & Company. Thank you so much, Fibre & Company, for donating this yarn. Not this yarn, but donating the yarn. The yarn for my giveaway for my 2nd anniversary on YouTube. This is the yarn. It's And Make DK. And the color of this yarn is called Careless Whisper. It is a gray tone. And if you can see, the yarn has some texture to it. So if you look at my Riptide Slipover, you can see it just looks a little bit rustic and woolly, but it's not itchy. Not by any means. And I'll tell you about the fiber content here in just a second. But I really like the idea of it having a woolly, rustic look. I will be wearing this over a button-down collared shirt with long sleeves and a cuff and so on. I've got a couple of them that I really like to layer with. So by the next episode, I will have this done. I'll have that done. So that's the Riptide Slipover by JST Designs. Go on there, go on her Ravelry page, JST Designs, and check out her patterns. She's got so many more, several different collections of different patterns, apparel, and accessories. So the yarn, let's talk about the yarn content here. It is a fine blend of Peruvian Highland wool, alpaca, and linen. So it's got the linen in it, and as I noticed online that, see, linen will not pick up the color like the rest of the yarn does, so it really gives it that kind of little speckled look. And you'll notice even more on the a little bit darker colors of the yarns that they have online. But you can purchase this Wool & Co. If you go online, you can go to woolandco.com and search the Fibre Company and look for and. See, there's a little and sign, And Make DK. Just search for that, and they have it on there, because this is where I got my yarn. And I think what we'll do, I think I can talk about it next. Let me look here. Yeah, let's talk about my acquisitions. I don't know if you can really call them acquisitions, because I had mentioned last episode that my daughter got a gift card for me from Wool & Company, which is in, I think I said it earlier, I'm not sure. But anyway, it's near Chicago, Illinois. It's a town called Elgin. And I've actually been to the yarn shop before. It's beautiful. And I even had it on the channel. I can't think of what episode that was, but I can put a link down below if you'd like to see what the yarn shop looks like. I give a little tour of it. So with the gift card, I bought 5 balls of the And Make DK. And the color name again is, I don't know why I can't remember this, Careless Whisper. Careless Whisper. This is about the most neutral tone of the colors that they have in this yarn. It's very soft, really, really soft. So anyway, I got 5 balls of this. And also, I got some more Knitting for Olive. And look at this color. This is gorgeous. This is called Knitting for Olive Merino. And it is a soft, it's called, Knitting for Olive, and this is merino. It's a fingering weight yarn, and the color is called Soft Blue. Isn't it beautiful? And I received 1, 2, I think 5 of these. I got 5 of those. And there's 4. think I have 5. I can find it. Yes, I have 5. I received 5 of these. You know, I have to stop and think how many I ordered. I have 5 of these, and let me tell you what the yardage is on this. I'm sure it's on here. Well, I'll tell you what it's going to have. It's probably going to have, the meters are 250 meters for 50 grams. These are 50-gram balls of yarn. So, and also, I actually have some Knitting for Olive left from the Azucena sweater, the colorwork sweater that I had knit, that and that came from Knit from Toronto. They had sent me the yarn, and this is called Dusty Artichoke. So I even have some of this left. I have 3 and a little bit of a skein that's already been opened. That's not a full. You call it skein or ball? Probably ball. But I would say their colors are just lovely together. And I could even do maybe a striped, because I have another, this color is called Cloud. And it's also Knitting for Olive Merino. But I could do those 3, do something with those. Oh, they're just beautiful. I love the colors of Knitting for Olive Yarn Company. They are just right in my wheelhouse. They're a little more subdued, but they just, every color, you can mix or match. I swear you could mix or match any color with any one of another color that they make. All of them coordinate so well because they just have about the same, I don't know, color density maybe is the word I'm looking for. The depth of the color, the hue, everything just goes together so nicely. However, I don't know that I want to do a striped one. What I'm thinking I want to do another petite knit sweater. And I would like to do, I think it's called the Sunday sweater. This is fingering weight, but I'm thinking the Sunday sweater might be a DK or a worsted weight. So what I could do, I could hold it with some Knitting for Olive silk mohair, Knitting for Olive silk mohair, which I have some. Now this color goes with the Cloud though. Goes with this one, but I could always order some more. But this is their silk mohair. Isn't that beautiful? So I could put those together with something else. But that blue, I really would like to do the Sunday sweater by Petite Knit. And I'll put some pictures of it here so you can, so y'all can see what that looks like. And I also have some marzipan left. And the marzipan in the Knitting for Olive Merino I had used in the Azucena sweater. I do have a little bit of mohair left in that, this much mohair left. So I'm sure I'm going to find something to do with all of these. They're just so pretty. So pretty. Okay. Well, I think that's all we're going to talk about today. I want to make, again, a special thank you to Jennifer of JST Design, a special thank you to the Fibre Company, a special thank you to Betty Chin for donating their items. It was so generous of them for my second Podiversary on YouTube. And thank you all for liking, subscribing, and commenting. Thank you all so much. I appreciate you. I want you to go out there and knit the day. And remember, if there's someone out there that you know that wants to learn to knit, you can absolutely recommend my channel, or you could even teach them to knit yourself. And when you teach someone to knit, you are giving them a gift. You know, I received the gift of knitting from my friend Ruth years ago. She had a yarn shop in the small town we lived in Illinois, in central Illinois. That's where I'm from originally. And I would go in there and she would help me with my crocheting, and I really was interested in learning to knit, but I continued to crochet. And then one day I told her, I said, I would love to learn to knit. And I said, I don't know if I can do it because I'm used to one hook. And, you know, then there's 2, you know, needles when you knit. And she taught me how to knit, and I was throwing it, you know, and she could see I was struggling a bit. And she says, you know what? Why don't you hold your yarn in your left hand like you do when you crochet? And from then on, I never had a problem. So I'm a continental knitter. So again, if you can teach someone to knit, that is such a gift to give someone, because you never know where they're going to go with it. They may even make a career out of it, or they may even start a YouTube channel. Thank y'all so much. You have a wonderful day. Today is Wednesday, the 3rd of July. So tomorrow is the 4th. And thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.